All right, I'm going to try this little respiration connection again. So the winter of 1782, 1783 is the first time that combustion and respiration are scientifically linked. So for one thing, carbon combustion and respiration produce the same byproducts, so CO2 and water. The 1780s, you have to understand, was the first time that they were measuring these things. Like they just discovered carbon dioxide, non-vital air, or dephlogisticated air, which however you want to describe it, azote, nitrogen. Lavoisier I think discovered hydrogen, but Presley just discovered oxygen, like only in that same decade. So they're able to do these chemical analysis, and they see that respiration produces CO2 and water the same way that a carbon combustion does. And then if you measure, and at this time there was another guy, Adair Crawford. He was a British physician. He did on the observations of animal heat, something like that, 1779, and his publishing, some yeah, because it was before Lavoisier's. In his publishing, he talks about how air is where we get our heat from. And Lavoisier is saying it's from the oxygen in the air, not just the air, because the air is broken into all these different parts. And especially in 1789, he goes into how they're able to understand the different parts and how different people were able to understand the different parts. That's the first physical chemistry textbook, 1789, The Elements of Chemistry, Traité de Elementary de Chimie, something like that. And so in 1782 and 83, they published in 83, de Laplace and Lavoisier concluded that respiration was like combustion because they produced the same things, outputs. I don't know if they detailed that, but they defined it by the heat exchange. Definitely that they were in agreement. And so they concluded verbatim that it should be that combustion and respiration are the same process. And it's not true, not by the definitions of combustion from that Lavoisier will provide in 1789, and not by our definition of combustion today. Even if we were to use oxygen in combustion, listen, the carbon and the oxygen never come in contact with each other. The air you breathe and the food you eat never touch. Okay, the carbon is broken down by enzymes in the first cycle, and it makes a bunch of products, and that's used in the second part that uses like a battery process to restore ATP or use heat. It's crazy.